This is the AB4WS radio show. Every week, bringing you the exciting amateur radio news and information happening in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana areas.
The AB4WS radio show can be found on the Apple Podcast app or your favorite podcast application. Have you ever worked WW2 LST? Or maybe you toured the LST 325 before. If you're not familiar with this station or the vessel, you might want to keep an eye out in September when the vessel LST 325, a floating World War II museum ship, will be in Marietta, Ohio on September 12th through the 15th. If you have never toured this exhibit, I highly recommend it. The vessel was actually used in World War II and has been restored with a great presentations on the vessel and that period in history. The vessel was equipped with a lot of radio equipment, including an APRS station, a 2-meter station, and WW2 LST is usually active both 2 meters and HF. For more information, go to lstmemorial.org/cruise. The Milford Amateur Radio Club did another fantastic job of hosting the Cincinnati Hamfest again this year. The winners of the prizes this year were the grand prize was won by Michael Coulter, WHCI. First place won by Troy Dotson, KBHJTJ. Second prize was won by Earl King, WB9EZL. The Yaesu FTM 300DR raffle was won by Ryan Fitzgerald, KF8AGB. And the Yaesu FT710 raffle was won by Bob Raub, KF8AQC. Congratulations to all, and a great time was had by everyone at the Hamfest. Another job well done. Those guys in Milford sure know how to throw a good Hamfest. Congratulations to Jared Glass of Big Stone Gap, Kentucky, KQ4UNB, and Connor Mills of London, Kentucky, KQ4ULM. Both became ham radio operators, passing their technician class exam at the Letcher County Hamfest. Also upgrading to general class was Chris Sexton, KQ40XY. Congratulations and special thanks to the VE team at the Letcher County Club. The Okayan Amateur Radio Society will once again be operating the Big Six booth at the Harvest Home Fair, and they need your help to volunteer for this event. The fair will be held on Friday, September 6th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, September 7th from noon to 11 p.m., and Sunday, September 8th from noon to 8 p.m. This event is one of the most important fundraisers, which allows the Okayan Amateur Radio Society to provide a lot back to the community. If you can assist in the event, reach out to Kitty, WATDA, at KHEVENER@fuse.net. The 2024 Ohio Section newsletter winners have been announced. Coming in first place is the Full Quieting of the Bellbrook Amateur Radio Club in Bellbrook, Ohio. Second place is the Q5er of the Okayan Amateur Radio Society in Cincinnati, Ohio. Third place is the ATCO newsletter from the ATCO Club in Central Ohio. And in fourth place was the Radiogram of Portage County Amateur Radio Society in Portage County, Ohio. Congratulations on this fine journalistic work. The ARRL Board of Directors have honored the Kentucky Mountains Amateur Radio Club, KY4MT, for their 50 years as being affiliated with the ARRL since July 18, 1973. Congratulations! Congratulations to Ray Webb, the KB8GUN, the winner of the 2024 Ohio Single Sideband Net Garlock Award. Not only is Ray a regular on the Ohio Single Sideband Net, but he is also a regular net control station for the Ohio Single Sideband Net. Ray is also a digital station bringing traffic into Ohio from the digital gateway. Congratulations, Ray, and thanks for all the work you do. Amateur radio operators in the Commonwealth of Kentucky are in need of someone who is enthusiastic, energetic, forward-thinking, and willing to step out of the box with some new imaginative and innovative approaches to run for the position of ARRL's Kentucky Section Manager. Well, I think all of us have had some issues and disappointments with the ARRL. The time has come for some imaginative, innovative thinking amateur radio operators in Kentucky to come together and select a candidate who will be able to propel the ARRL Kentucky section into the future rather than living in the past. Do you know that special person? If so, talk to them and convince them of the necessity of stepping forward and applying for nomination to the Kentucky Section Manager position. The future of amateur radio in the Commonwealth of Kentucky is dependent on us finding and electing that special person who has those skills to bring us forward. If you have any questions on what the position entails, please reach out to the Great Lakes Division Director, Scott Yonley, N8SY. Willis Asher, AD4DX of Leslie County, Kentucky, became a silent key on August 9th at the age of 94. He was very active in amateur radio, both on the repeater and an avid CW operator in the Hazard, Kentucky area. Please keep as many family and friends in your prayers. His signals will be greatly missed. The August single sideband edition of the North American QSO Party, NAQP, begins at 1800 hours UTC on Saturday, August 17th, and concludes at 0559 UTC on Sunday, August 18th. The North American QSO Party 12-hour format allows participants to do some great contesting while still having some time for some other weekend activities. Power output is limited to 100 watts, so this is a great way for beginners with low power stations to get their feet wet. Complete rules are available at ncjweb.com/NAQP. The Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club Breakfast will be on Saturday, August 17th at 9 a.m. at the Bob Evans Restaurant on Dream Street in Florence, Kentucky. Please RSVP with K4LOM. On August 18th at 7 p.m. is the Newcomer in Elmer's Net with Robert K4PKM of the Ohio Amateur Radio Society 146.670 repeater with a PL tone of 123.0, who will be talking all about hiding those antennas both inside and out. The Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club will be meeting on August 19th at 7 p.m. at the Bethesda Community Church, 989 East Mount Zion Road in Independence, Kentucky. The presentation will be on repeaters by the repeater expert Dan Woody, KC8ZUM, who maintains many of the repeaters in the greater Cincinnati area, including all the K8BIG repeaters. So if you want to learn more about what's involved with repeaters, come on out to the meeting. August 24th is the Ohio QSO Party, which is an excellent opportunity for your club to be in-demand multiplier station without having to go on a de-expedition. It also gives you an excellent opportunity to get on the air and make some of those difficult contacts. So get ready for the Ohio State QSO Party, and for more information, go to ohqp.org. The Amateur Radio Emergency Team of Northern Kentucky will be meeting on August 26th at 7 p.m. at the Bethesda Community Church, 989 East Mount Zion Road in Independence, Kentucky. This meeting will have the election of the new leadership team for the new group under the new Constitution. If you're interested in amateur radio emergency communications, this is a great group to get involved in and get involved on the ground level. On Saturday, August 31st, the Ohio Amateur Radio Society will be setting up a booth at the 1940s Day event at the Cincinnati Museum Center from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're looking for help in manning the booth and bringing equipment to display for the event. If you can help out with this event, please contact George, N3VQW, at 513-410-3406. September 7th is the Ohio State Parks on the Air event from 1400 hours UTC to 2200 hours UTC. For more information, go to ospota.org. The Lake Cumberland Amateur Radio Association will be busy in September working a couple of events. First is the Lake Cumberland Air Show at the Lake Cumberland Regional Airport on September 21st, where they'll be setting up an MCOM trailer and demonstrating amateur radio to the visiting community, as well as setting up a speaker for the audio of the performing pilots at the air show. The second event will be on September 28th, where they'll be at the Summer Nights Cruise Corvette Summer Showcase, again setting up the MCOM trailer and running a special event station, K4S, again this year. I invite anyone interested in either of these two events to reach out to Mike, KY6MM, who is coordinating these events. Both will be a great time. The Air Force Marathon is looking for a few good hams to volunteer to provide communications assistance for the event on Saturday, September 21st in the area of the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force. For more information or to volunteer, email Bob, NADADO, at afm.hams@gmail.com.
Repeater news.
The XWARN 443.100 repeater is back on the air with a 123.0 PL tone and will support fusion, but is currently not connected to Wires X.
Hamfests.
August 17th is the Portsmouth Radio Club Hamfest at the New Boston Village Community Center, 3982 Rhodes Avenue in New Boston, Ohio. Grand prize is $200 and lots of other door prizes. VE testing at 11 a.m. For more information, go to portsmouthradioclub.com. August 18th is the Warren Hamfest at the Trumbull County Fairgrounds, 899 Everett Hall Road in Cortland, Ohio. Talking on 146.970 repeater. September 7th is the Greater Louisville Hamfest at the Parquet Springs Conference Center, 395 Parquet Springs Drive in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Talking will be on the 146.700 machine with a PL of 79.7. September 8th is the Findlay, Ohio Hamfest at the Hancock County Fairgrounds, 1017 East Sandusky Street in Findlay, Ohio. Talking on the 147-150 repeater with a PL of 88.5. On September 14th, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the Richmond, Kentucky Hamfest at the Madison County Fairgrounds, 3237 Old Kentucky Highway 52 in Richmond, Kentucky. On September 14th is the Mound Amateur Radio Association Hamfest Swap Meet at 900 Mound Road in Miamisburg, Ohio, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, contact Jason, NHCMM, at jspot1677@gmail.com. On September 22nd is the Cleveland, Ohio Hamfest at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, 164 Eastland Road in Berea, Ohio. Talking on the 145-410 repeater with a PL of 110.9. September 28th is the Paintsville KY4ARC Hamfest at the Paintsville Recreation Center, 232 Preston Street in Paintsville, Kentucky. For more information, go to ky4arc.com. The Grant Radio Club has announced the return of the Georgetown, Ohio Hamfest this year on November the 9th from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Are you looking to upgrade your license? Do you have someone else that's interested in the hobby? Here are some upcoming exam opportunities.
The Milford Amateur Radio Club holds amateur radio testing on the third Thursday of each month at 6 p.m. at the Miami Township Civic Center, 6101 Meyer Drive in Milford, Ohio. Please pre-register at milfordhamradio.org. The Dayton Amateur Radio Association has exams frequently. For their exam schedule, email exams.w8bi@gmail.com. On August 17th at 9 a.m., the Dial Radio Club will hold an amateur radio exam session at 6032 Morse Road in Hamilton, Ohio. On August 19th at 5:30 p.m., the Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club will hold an amateur radio exam session at the Bethesda Community Church, 989 East Mount Zion Road in Independence, Kentucky. You must register by emailing Mark Volstead, AI4BJ at MVOLSTAD@twc.com. On September 14th at 10 a.m., the Westchester Amateur Radio Association will host an amateur radio exam session at the Voice of America Museum, 8070 Tylersville Road in Westchester, Ohio. Please pre-register at hamstudy.org/session/WC8VOA. Special thanks to this week's content contributors: AF4Y, KE4WA, KY4GW, WB8YYS, KD8ZLD, K9HIO, and 8LAR, K4NKU.
If you have something you think other amateur radio operators in the area would be interested in, send the information or your recorded audio file attached in an email to ab4ws.radio@gmail.com.
Covering your amateur radio news and information in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana tri-state area. This is Jack Prindle, AB4WS in Big Bone, Kentucky.